Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
Hello, Mr. Cleary. I'm 23 and will be taking over my uncle's logistics company in about 5 years. It's a small family business that my grandfather started in the 60s. I have worked there for 5 years, minus 1 year being a GM at a place. Warehousing and trucking is what we do. I want to know what the best way is to prepare for it. I have 2 years of college, but dropped out to work there full time. What are the things you suggest I do to get myself ready for the next 5 years? And then he asks about he has money and what he should invest in it, and I cannot tell you what to invest in because it's one of the few things I do not consult on. Anyway, all right. Here's the deal: if you're already being groomed, what you got to do is prepare yourself for it in terms of having the skills necessary to run a business, the knowledge of the business, and then you have to look forward into the future of the business. So the skills needed to run a business, you have to get accounting. You have got to get fucking accounting. Did I tell you about accounting? Hey, maybe you should go learn some accounting. Learn accounting, okay? That is the number one thing you got to do, because that's the number one thing that blows everybody away. They go, I don't like the accounting stuff. Again, I will cite Chef Ramsay or Restaurant Impossible, any one of your Bar Rescue, any one of these number of shows where they send in the expert to go and turn around this restaurant or this bar, and the fat, bloated fucktards from the South, I don't like accounting. They never do the accounting. They think it's fucking optional. You need to know accounting, because that is going to put your finger on the pulse of the company. You're going to be able to identify problems before they become bigger ones. You'll be able to identify opportunities, and another thing you'll be able to do is increase or lower your chances of getting screwed over or embezzled by an accountant. So I would say in the next 2 years, if you can, get your degree in accounting or get a certification or just study accounting. You don't have to have a degree, but it might be a good idea that you already got 2 years in. Why not spend the next 2 years getting your degree in accounting? And that will help out a lot. Do you need a CPA? It wouldn't hurt, but I wouldn't aim for it. I mean, just really study accounting and understand the bookkeeping process, understand receivables and payables, understand the accounting cycle, being able to take receipts and generate financial statements from them, and being able to read your balance sheet, your income statement, and your cash flow statement. That is absolutely a must. You get those three things down, you're good to go. Also, running a business, I see it would help to have a little bit of IT experience in there. You don't want to be the IT guy because you'll set up a shitty-ass firewall and do it half-assed and you'll be exposed, but it helps to have a little bit of IT understanding. So those are general things to know about business. The next thing, knowing about the business of itself. This is where you've worked in the family industry. Have you worked every job? I would work every motherfucking job, from the shittiest ass job to the highest job that they'll let you do, or even shadow or follow around your dad or whoever's in charge of it now. You want to see how that thing works top to bottom. I don't care if you got to clean toilets. I mean, if that's outsourced, you don't have to do that. But you want to drive the trucks. You want to stock at the warehouse. You don't want them knowing that you're the son. If it's possible, so that they don't know that you're the son. That you ever see the Undercover Boss, that kind of show? That's what you want to do. You want to go there and see from the ground up how that company works, how everything is interrelated, how the machines and the components are put together, and how they operate. And you may come up with some observations and perspectives better than the people at the top right now. But that's what I would do, is you work in all the different places that you possibly can. And then talk to your dad, talk to the other one. How does this work? Just as well you understand accounting, you have to understand this business. So that not only means getting their financial statements, getting their tax returns and understanding them, but actually working at that company, every aspect, everything. You want to know how that machine works. What else? Here it is. Didn't learn from you. Oh, your uncle. I'm sorry, it's your uncle that you want to talk to. Okay. And then the final thing is looking forward. A lot of people get so bogged down in managing the company, they forget to do any kind of strategic planning. So what you want to do is read up on trade publications, trade journals, industry journals about trucking, logistics, and transportation. You want to know the industry. You want to know your competitors. You want to know everything there is to know about that industry as a whole and how that company fits in it. All right. To help with that, I recommend going to your library and pulling up Risk Management Associates information on the industrial data, but then also seeing if, ask your uncle, are there trade publications I should be reading right now? What publications are? Who are competitors? Where should I look? What should I study? Even everything to like, does the price of gas affect our costs? Everything that is involved about the environment and the industry that this company sits in, that's what you gotta know. Because once you understand that industry and you're staying on top of it, and you can see how things are developing within that industry, you will also have a longer term vision, and you may start to identify some opportunities that nobody else sees. You may be able to say, hey, we could do this over here. Hey, we could do that over there. And again, your uncle, he could be great at running it now, but he may be too busy running it to see these opportunities. Don't be an arrogant, cocky fuck. Wait till you take over the company to start making decisions like that. Don't go up as a fucking 24-year-old kid. Hey, you know what? I think we should do that. No, just shut the fuck up, okay? Understand the industry. Understand get some strategic planning. See what the strategic planning with your uncle is. And then only after you take it over and run it a little bit, when you start seeing this happens when you're running business, you'll start noticing opportunities that weren't there before, nobody noticed before. And sometimes you start noticing threats that are, threatening. Like when I was in the banking industry, we started noticing the housing bubble. No one listened, but stuff like that. So you avoid problems and you capitalize on these opportunities. But that only comes with intricately knowing it. And that's about it. You want to have the skills to manage it. You want to, accounting and IT, don't fucking bother with business. Don't get a business degree, for the love of God, don't. You want to know the company, you want to work in every aspect of it, you want to shadow, and then you want to know the industry, and then you then start thinking like, okay, what else could we do different? And it could be fine. Everything could be streamlined. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But keep your eyes open for opportunities that, all of a sudden, hey, we could run this subsidiary over here, and boom, you've doubled your revenue. It's certainly possible. So, anyway, best of luck. Toodles.